And a good early afternoon to you on this Tuesday afternoon. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. It represents 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. This video with the VELCO weather hazards outlook. First, we're looking at the big broad view of the Earth, of course, the home planet. And what we can see is a little bit of dust coming off the Sahara. And this will be interacting with a couple different disturbances, and easterly waves are fairly strong. This one trying to get itself organized, and another one here trying to get itself organized for a couple different waves for tropical cyclone development further along the road. Looks like through this period, no threats to land, really not a whole lot of worry. Let's take a look at the closer look at the United States. A couple things to note here. This is the 500 hectopascal or 500 millibar pattern. We have this trough of lower pressure extending from James Bay, Hudson Bay, Canada, down east of the Great Lakes and toward northern New England. We've had some showers and thunderstorms develop in fairly isolated nature. Most of this now with this trough line is going to be kind of pivoting to the north and east and moving on out. Still, we're susceptible to a couple isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms through about 3 p.m. this afternoon. It doesn't look like they're going to be very robust and fairly benign. We have this big ridge of higher pressure that's out west. It set a brand new record in Death Valley, California. This got up to 130 degrees back last on Sunday, and still very hot, very hot out here on the desert southwest with this big, giant ridge of higher pressure, this big heat dome. There's a lot of smoke in the atmosphere. This smoke will be getting into our neck of the woods at some point, but right now it's really the driving flow takes it basically into the Midwest and eventually the Southeast United States before we're going to see that. This is a couple different tropical systems that we'll be talking about a little bit later on. The real heavy action, though, you can see Category 4, Category 3, and so forth, is some of the hurricane activity off the Mexican coast. And, well, frankly, that was not supposed to be the big deal. It was supposed to be all the Atlantic all the time. And so far, we're still seeing a lot of names are setting new records every time we hit a new alphabetical name. So consequently, we are setting records. But we're not seeing a whole lot of action, at least through this next period, at least going into Sunday. Looking at the European incrementals, what we can see here is a little bit of leftover shower and thunderstorm activity later today, but this is largely dissipating and heading up into Canada, as this is broad trough of lower pressure with cooler air aloft, making things more unstable, generally north of the Canadian border. So running the computer model for tonight, mostly clear skies. This area of higher pressure you might notice here in the Great Lakes region is going to build south and east. This is going to be pushing on in for a good night tonight. And once we get into Wednesday and into Thursday, that's going to be building in, especially it looks like on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, with the area of higher pressure just about right overhead. That's going to keep northern New England high and dry as it looks right now. This is late in the day on Thursday. Thursday night looks like really no problem. We get into Friday, we start to see a little bit of moisture coming in, kind of streaking across here. And this is kind of an old frontal boundary, separating slightly cooler air to the north, warmer air to the south. And that's going to be setting up just about the Canadian border region. And we're going to have kind of border skirmishes with showers and thunderstorm activity, it looks like, on Friday. Probably the northern 1/3 is most affected, maybe the northern 1/2 for Friday afternoon, something we'll have to keep a close eye on. Right now it looks like relatively benign, but we could see wind gusts potentially. The wind fields increase just a little bit. Maybe we might see wind gusts up around 45 miles per hour with some of the cells if they do organize at all on Friday afternoon. And back to the 0Z model run, we can see that again going into Saturday with most of the heavy action to the north of the Canadian border, but it does come on through on the northern 1/3, and then it looks like on Sunday, we're looking at a very similar situation, maybe the northern 1/2 of the state. So the caveat here, we're looking at pretty decent project weather on Saturday, except the very far northern border regions, and then it looks like everybody gets into the action a little bit more on Sunday. GFS Canadian Ensemble was unavailable at this time, so we're going to jump right over to the Weather Prediction Center's 7-day total quantitative precipitation forecast, otherwise known as the accumulated amounts of rainfall for this time of the warm season. And you can see that this is the 0.25 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. This is less than that. Central Vermont, southern New England, good portions of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, high and dry. Not a whole lot of precipitation in our forecast over the course of the next 7 days. All the heavier action is going to be in Quebec, from Ontario to Quebec, kind of coming out of the Great Lakes and sliding north. It just kind of gives us a little bit of a skirmish for some northern areas of Vermont, something we'll be keeping a close eye on and tracking for you. Anomalies, this is how our current temperature anomalies look right now. We're looking at a broader scale picture here with above normal temperatures up into Greenland, northern eastern Canada. Alaska's warmed up. A little bit of a cooler slide of air has made it into southeast United States. And this is that big heat ridge, the big dome. It's producing massive wildfires now, a lot of lightning strikes in some parts of the Pacific Northwest, even Northern California. And a lot of smoke now is building in some parts under this big heat dome out west. And again, I think some of that smoke eventually will make it here, but not yet, as the airflow goes around and then dips into a trough and so forth. Let's take a look at our potential temperatures in the future. Model output statistics, meteorological output statistics. We're looking at just a little bit above normal, about by 3 degrees, and about 3 days later, we start to pick up what we're going to be seeing on this coming weekend, where temperatures do warm up. We're in sort of a little bit of a cooler slog right now for the next 3 days, and then temperatures warm up on Friday afternoon. Humidity also does increase, and so that'll be noted as well. Here's a quick look. This is a potential disturbance. 70% chance of a tropical cyclone over the next couple of days. And we also have another one here that's now west of the Lesser Antilles, the leeward side there. And this is about a 20% chance of cyclone formation. Not really showing up very well on some of the modeling. 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook, and it depicts the kind of trends. You can see where the trends are headed. Okay, running these backwards right now, but we're going to shift that forward here. So this is our one to watch here, and you can see the one west of the Leeward Islands. This one here has probably the best chance of holding together and developing. Looks like it moves north of the island of Hispaniola. This is the European 51 member, and you can see that from here. The tracks can go just about anywhere, a little bit of recurvature. A lot of this heads into the Gulf of Mexico. Perhaps we can get some of that moisture up into our neck of the woods. This is a long ways out. The last model depiction there was about 10 days out, so we have a long ways to go. We'll run it for you one more time. And I would say this could be named Laura or Marco. This could be Marco here, as things are fairly active. This is the Azores highs, the Bermuda high, and these are the guiding wind streams around that edge of that high and up the eastern seaboard potentially. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.